Hey guys, so it is Destiny back in the house. Listen, this is going to be a long topic and a deep topic. Oh my gosh, I don't feel like every woman in the world should be in my situation because I ain't got good sense up here. Like for real, I think differently, and so someone else may fall vulnerable and really not know what to do. Some of us freeze up when we get fearful and we scream and we just, we don't know. I told y'all, my busy brain is a curse and a blessing. It's a curse and a blessing. It is always going. I think about attacks all the time when I'm out and about, when I'm in my home. I live in a defense world in my brain. I'm always defending myself. People walk by me in Walmart. I got my key fob in my hand, my key between my knuckles. I'm ready to stab them, and they just going to go get some peanut butter off the shelf. You see, so I stay in that mindset. So I can never attack anybody else, for not thinking how I think. I be at the gas station, baby. I will spray you with gas. Don't walk over here near me. I don't know which talk from over there. I hear well. Say what? Don't walk over here. I'm always in defense mode because people are not the kindest today. Okay. Story number two. Um, I worked at a fast food restaurant. We'll leave the name unsaid. And there was a manager. He and I used to get into it all the time because I'm OCD. We all know that by now if you've been on the channel long. And I had this thing where can't nobody else fix my sandwich when I go to break. I need to fix my own sandwich because the little cool drawer we had, the little cool drawer, you would open it sometimes and roaches would crawl out. First of all, why are we serving this to other people? So I would always do my best to always switch out the cheese. If I saw a roach in the drawer, I'm going to get fresh cheese. And the manager used to tell me about myself about it. I'm like, I don't care what you say, I'm not serving this. I don't know why y'all want to serve this cheese that roaches have crawled on. I'm not doing it. So I used to always get in trouble for switching out the cheese if I saw a roach crawl out of the drawer. He would say, how do you know it was on the cheese? Well, the cheese is in the drawer. What you think it was in there doing? Eating the metal or eating the cheese? Or tasting it, licking it, whatever it was doing. It wasn't eating the stainless steel drawer. And for my breaks, I absolutely went and got a fresh pack of cheese out the whole cooler. Like, I tried to keep it up for the customers, but for me, I wasn't having it. And he used to tell me to stop doing it. It's the cheese in the drawer. I'm not eating that cheese. So we would go back and forth about the cheese in the drawer and this, and I was like, I almost called this. But I would be like, dude, I don't know why we keep going through this, because I'm not getting ready to eat that cheese. The roaches crawled on. Fast forward. Um, One day he took me home from work. He drove me home from work, and just the whole conversation was him, flirting and saying different things. I'm in the car like, oh Lord, here we go. And I'm just in my, like I said, busy brain. I'm in the car like, dude, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. First of all, don't make no weird detours that's not headed to my house. That's gonna be a problem for you. Second of all, get me all the way to my house without any funny business. And when we get to my house, just let me out the car. So fast forward, this one wasn't a very serious one. He was definitely flirting and letting me know that he wanted things to take a different direction. We sat in the car, and I'm I feel like I'm a very safe person. I could have just got to the car and hopped out, like something just told me kind of like not feeding into his advances, but just kind of remaining cool. So just sitting there listening and having a conversation and having a mature enough conversations I could possibly think in that at that age. I was about 16, 17 years old. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. And he kind of put his hand on my leg and I kind of nicely put his hand off like, okay. So I think memory again, I was 16 years old. I don't, never anything like my breast or anything, just kind of I think he was trying, put his hand on my leg, and had I not done anything, maybe he would have taken it to the next level. I know he did ask me about getting into the back of the car, and I was like, absolutely not, which is when I started to make my exit. He said a couple things, put his hands on my leg a couple times, and I put it off, and I'm like, okay, now you just got to be cool till you can get out of the car. And so that's all that happened. But I knew never ever take a ride from him again because he probably going to try some different tactic. My mind is always working. His was probably thinking, oh, next time I take her home, I'm going to do that. Yeah. So that was that. It was inappropriate inappropriate advances that didn't really go anywhere, but it was a time that I was definitely violated. What happened in that case, I'd already told my mom about him a few times about the whole cheese thing, so she had spoke to him about that, lay off her back, get off her back. There's nothing wrong with what she's doing. You wouldn't want to eat no food with, that was that. And then this, Mama wasn't playing about this one. She straight went up there and she let him have it. I did. I was very mature about it. I told my mom about it. I told her how I handled it. I told her I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't going to quit my job. I held my own. And I told her, it was up to her if she wanted to say something. And I felt like I handled myself well enough that he knew better. My mama, I got what I got from my mama. So, baby, I got what I got from her. She was like, absolutely not. You are a young woman. You are my child. And I'm sure you think you handle it. I'm sure you came in this house and you're not crying and telling me you bloody and have been sexually assaulted or scuffed up, roughed up, any of that. Baby, that don't even matter. I know you handled your business. But it ain't going to be handled till Mama handle it. That's all I'm going to say. Mama went and had a different conversation with him. And he had already tried to threaten to fire me because of the cheese situation. So Mama had already I forgot that part. She'd already had a conversation about the cheese and about, you're not about to fire her because XYZ ABC. He left me alone. And I don't know which happened. Maybe the sexual thing happened first. And I think the cheese thing would have happened first and then that. Either way, Mama handled him. That was that. I'm going to tell you about another one that's very disturbing, right? We're going to go to a disturbing one. That was very light. There was another one like that that's very light. I'm only going to tell you about two more. I'm going to tell you about one more heavy one and one more light one. And I'm going to stop because there's like two more, but we're going to stop. Hanging out with one of my girlfriends. Now, if you notice, I'm not calling any names and I'm trying to keep relationships and stuff as far away as possible. The stories are old. They're 20 plus years old, so I feel safe talking about them regardless. Hanging out with a girlfriend, that was my ride or die dog. Like, we did everything together, And she wanted to go hang out with one of her boy toy friends, and I'm like, hey, I'll go along for the ride. We did everything together. I would she could go have fun, and I'm just kind of sitting around, not watching, but maybe in somebody's house watching TV, sitting or maybe staying in the car, just whatever. I'm riding out with a girl. That's just what I'm doing, right? Did that and rode with her. We get there. We're in this house. I don't remember the house. I don't think it was the house of her boyfriends. I don't remember. It could have been. It was either the house of him or one of his friends. I don't remember, and I don't even care today. We go in the house. There's a couple of other guys walking around. I think nothing of it. This one guy walked by. I'm like, oh, cutie. He hide. I'm like, okay. Shoot, too bad he ain't my man. Too bad he ain't my boy toy. Because I might kiss him. I might flirt with him. Those were my thoughts, right? So there, and it's like I just remember like maybe two or three, maybe even as many as four guys, but they were just kind of sporadic. They weren't like in a group walking through the house. Like one, I'm like, oh, and I couldn't remember. Was that the same guy? That was just different people walking around. The cute guy came and got me. He talked to me, and I'm like, oh shoot. I'm like, do I want to be fast today? Really, I didn't want to be fast because I was not a fast girl, but I'm human. I have eyes. Somebody's cute. Somebody's cute. So he came to talk to me, and I started flirting, or what I thought was flirting. I probably wasn't even flirting. So anyway, he asked me to go in the bed, and I'm like, shoot, I don't know him like that, but shoot, let me be grown and fast, which I wasn't, but like my girlfriend, she doing her thing. She doing her thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go in a room with him. I don't know what we're gonna do, but I'm just gonna go in a room and see what happens. Being naive, I'm always talking about how mature I was as a child. I was very not so smart and mature in this moment. But y'all, let me tell you what happened. So I go in the room with the guy and we get on the bed. I don't remember even like kissing the guy. I don't know what we were doing. We got on the bed. I think we were just maybe fondling, flirting, touching. I don't remember. Because whatever happened. So whatever we were doing didn't last and it really didn't happen too in depth before all of a sudden. Now mind you, let's go back. I'm sitting in the living room just kind of, I don't remember if there was a TV on. It might have been. Maybe it was some music playing. I don't remember. I was just sitting there waiting on her to finish her doing her due, right? And remember, I'm seeing sporadically, I'm just seeing guys, and I'm like, well, that's the same guy. That was a different guy. And then they just kind of disappeared. Follow the story. I see some random guys. I'm going to say no more than 4. It might have been 10. It might have been 2. But I just see guys walking around, right? And then they just kind of disappear. And then the one guy comes out that I thought was cute. He's talking to me. Y'all got it. Random guys walking around. They disappear. The one guy comes to get me. We go in the room. Baby, we wasn't on that bed 2 minutes. I'm glad my mood changes. I really thought I was going to be emotional and break down at all these stories, but I'm glad I switched to the victory each of these stories were, and I'm not emotional. They're actually funny against them. Not even sad. Not telling these stories for anybody to feel sad for me. They're funny as hell against them. Young men that thought they was gonna. You remember back in the day, and they probably still call it that. Run a train, rape, molest somebody. It's funny because you couldn't do it. So I'm talking in a matter of 2 minutes, at least. I'm gonna just give a safe number of 8. It might have been 6, 2 less than 8. It might have been 10, 2 more than 8. At least 8 guys out of nowhere but somewhere from under the bed comes and they're just attacking me. When I say attack, they were like little punk girls. They were like little girls. They were trying to hold my hands down. This is where I want to cry and get emotional at the same time because it takes me back to the first story I told. Whew, my brother taught me how to fight in tight spaces, remember? Oh, Jesus. Wow. It's just so funny how things play out and they play out. My brother taught me how to fight on a bed. On a whole live bed, my brother taught me how to fight him, to wrestle him. And he taught me all types of bear hugs, wrestling moves. My brother even taught me if somebody's ever trying to fight you, drop down. Go low. He taught me some fight and wrestling moves. If you could ever put your, this is somebody standing up. If you could ever take your body, go behind them and flip them down on the ground. He taught me so much stuff about just certain lip moves. He didn't teach me how to box, black beat stuff. He taught me survival tactics, moves, lock your legs, drop this, do this, lock that, bear hug, get him in the head like that. Baby! Ooh, baby! Do you hear me, baby? I thought we were having fun. He taught me later on in life about fight techniques, but in that bedroom every Saturday, wrestling, Nature Boy Ric Flair, Mighty Igor, woo woo, baby, we was having fun. So at least 8 guys think they're about to come in and violate my body. Didn't know nothing about my brother and myself on a Saturday morning in my house. Even after getting the butt whipped, we went back the next Saturday because we was having fun. I was learning something, but we were having fun. These guys came. They were trying to hold my hands down. They were trying to hold my legs down. I'm kicking, I'm elbowing, I'm swinging, I'm fighting like for my life. Y'all, these stories are so strange because I never cried. Why I never yelled for my girlfriend to come help me. That's what I'm saying. I'm such a strong-minded person as a child. I never yelled, help! I never yelled, rape! I never yelled her name. I took it all by myself because in my mind, the same thing that happened with the first young man that said, let me in the house, let me in the house. I knew you are not about to rape me. Not you, and any more of you that's under the bed. Y'all not about to rape me. You're not about to run a train on me. Let's sit in that. Give me a second. I'll be back. I'm back. So yeah, I fought them off. I fought them off. When I say the stories can look like I'm bragging, because I already know if you're watching this video, it's kind of hard to believe. How did you, a young girl, fight off a guy that was trying to rape you? Because of so many people that's been raped and molested and sexually assaulted. It happened. So how did you stop that? I did. It's even more difficult to try to wrap your mind around at least 8 guys was attacking you and nobody. That's why I said the story can look like I'm brushing my shoulders off and bragging that so many times there was an attempt on my body that didn't happen, but it's not about that. I can only tell you my mindset. I can only tell you how I was raised and the strong talks my mom always gave me and how my brother treated me like a little dude. So I sit here right now, I'm real cute and pretty, don't I? I was a tomboy so many years of my life, baby. I was such the tomboy for a long time, okay? Why do I just feel like I just look super, super, super dark? I probably don't. This is probably all in my head. But let's do something. But yeah, listen. Um, I was such a tomboy for a very long time, okay? A super long time. I fought them off, and when I say I fought them off in a funny way, I'm gonna be honest. It was funny because they got tired. I fought them off to the point they were tired. They literally were tired. You could tell, because it went from, we can drop the number down to six, but I think it was at least eight guys on me. Same thing. I was crossing my legs. I mean, and when I say they were trying to, you can't problem. These are my legs. The strength. These legs have had training. They've had my brother train. I'm about to call his name again. They've had training. You can't pry my legs open. You're not you. And it's weird. I guess when people are trying to rape you back in the days I was growing up, I guess they didn't think about breasts. You know, I guess they could have done something there. But they did. I mean, I guess they wanted what they wanted, but yeah, they weren't getting it. So that fight to keep them off of my body, I won, and I say it was literally like me, and I remember everything about me punching and swinging, and I don't know, I'm good with the elbow thing, the elbowing and stopping, crossing up and just keeping my body like this, just rigid to the point they couldn't, break me apart. I don't remember any words or yelling or screaming, stop, get the hell off of me. I don't remember any of that. I think my brain was on defense, save yourself, save your life, fight, and I don't remember words. I talk for what? Talk for what? It was just fight mode, and that's just all I remember doing, really. I remember the fight part of it. Whew. Yet again, that was a deep one because that was a lot of guys. And back in my growing up days, people ran trains on people all the time. I can't even imagine what a young lady goes through to have that happen. Like, I don't know. I can't. And it's not a judgment thing. I don't know how you I don't know if they tie you up to where you can't fight them. I don't know. I just know my situation. Free hands. They were trying to hold me down, and when they were trying to hold my hands down, my legs and my feet have always been my strength. I could probably do some what professional boxers do with just my hands and my legs. So I'm killing them with my legs, okay? And then I guess they're trying to focus on the strong. Get her legs. Oh, well, don't do that because, baby, I got hands too. So they're trying to, like, get her legs. This girl's going crazy. She's kicking our butt with her legs and her feet. Then they try to hold them down. And I'm like, oh, baby, hold up. Bam, bam. So it was a lost cause for them. And what happened in that situation, they just kind of, it was like watching a Kung Fu movie. The one guy always beating up 25 people. Right, then you see 18, then you see like 12, then you see 6, then you see 2, and then you see the 1, and he the only one standing. It literally was like that. Not even, no joke. It was, because I remember the fight getting, I remember the fight getting less and less. Like, I was fighting for my life, and just not even talking. I'm showing them my skills that I don't remember saying things, because if I was yelling or screaming, clearly and surely my friend would have heard me. I just think I was focused on fight. Like, words for what? Again, talk for what? So, I think they were like, man, they would get mad. Y'all, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I remember them saying different things, walking away. 2 would exit the room. 1 more exit the room. And I guess the rest of them like, nah, man, we ain't finna be defeated by no little girl, by no chick. I'm at this time we're like 16 maybe. I'm going to say 16. I don't remember my age. They were defeated. I don't even remember what the conversation was like leaving and talking to my girlfriend. I do believe me asking her, did you not know what was going on and did you hear me? So at some point, maybe I tried to get her attention. And I remember her saying, no, why didn't you call or come get me? And I'm telling her, are you hear what I'm telling you? They had me tied down to the bed. They were holding me down, restraining me, and I was fighting them off. And whatever, it didn't happen. That's the story. That's it. It didn't happen. The last one I'm going to talk about